My name again is Tanya Osborne. I've been in the cannabis industry now for 7 years, which when I say that is astounding to me. Hey, Katie girl, come on screen. All you got to do is, I think there's a blue button that says join. There you go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh,
now.
cool. And I'm also not lagging as much as I was earlier.
Yes. So
Dia was still talking in there.
Is she? Okay. Well,
but they're almost done, I think.
Yes. So someone else is here. I don't know who, but you're very welcome to come on stage. There's a blue button that says to join. Like, I think it's like allow your camera or whatever. Or just
blue and it says share audio.
Hi, Izzy.
Hi.
Hi.
Izzy and I met before when we were doing speed networking. Izzy is a web designer and I've already recruited her.
Yes.
Hi, Ayana.
Hello.
Nice to
Hi.
see you again.
Thank you. Hi.
Ayana runs Front Row Travels, which is a travel agency for cannabis destinations. Or I guess every destination, technically.
I mean, you kind of can make everyone. Sometimes you got to bring sand to the beach, and that's fine. But, just got to know where to go, what to do, things like that.
I love it.
Yes. Thank you, ladies.
And anyone who happens to be watching and want to pop on, all you got to do is hit share your screen or what have you. I was just sharing briefly what brought me here, and then I'd love to hear what brought you here. As I put in the chat when Gia was talking, here she is. Yay! Thank you for coming by. You were so amazing, Gia.
Yes,
you were so good.
I love these glasses, Gia, so much.
Yes.
And I stan you.
Listen, I was going to actually say that I love yours because I haven't seen that color. That's so cute. Thank you, ladies. Hi.
I get my glasses on. Inspired.
And listen, you guys, first of all, Tanya's the boss. Because I'm like, Tanya, what do I do? Where do I go? What's happening? Tanya keeps me straight.
Yes.
But yeah, you were great. You said lifting while we climb. And I was like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
so
we have to.
You're dropping all the nuggets today, Gia.
We have to lift while we climb. Listen, lifting constantly gets heavy.
Yeah.
We get tired. You ever think about how we I don't know how many people are parents, but even when kids, right, are when they're small, you think that, oh, they're so light. But after a while of carrying them around, you're like, I gotta put you down. You're heavy. Can you hold yourself up? So
But yes, you were great, and
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for doing that. I know that people got a lot of value from that, and so far this is a great event. I'm loving it. So I would love for everyone. I met Izzy during speed networking. P.S. She's a web designer.
Nice. I want to know what everyone does. Right. I was like, Tanya, what do they do? Tell me.
Well, you met Ayana before because Ayana did an event with us, Front Row Travels.
Yes. Which I saw. Aren't her trips part of the giveaways?
Yes. One is, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you stick around to the end, you got a pretty dope chance of winning.
Or we got to figure out how to do a women grow retreat at one of these locations.
Listen, just email me. I'm already brainstorming. I'm infused. That's when I come up with my best itineraries. Definitely reach out though. Definitely reach out.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Some other dope
I
women
love
in
travel. I like to go places. If anyone wants to join, we can fit 10 people on screen. Feel free to share your screen if you'd like to. But I know Izzy is a web designer and a soon-to-be college grad. Ayana has Front Row Travels. Shannon, talk to me. You're on mute, Mama. Hold on. I think you're still muted. Can I unmute you? I can unmute you. Did I unmute you? Unmute you. It's not working. What's happening
Oh,
here?
did
Oh,
you
there
give
you
your
are.
permissions? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, we can't hear her. I can't hear her.
What happened? I thought we were hearing her for a minute and then she went away. Let's see. No? All right, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you, Shannon.
Can she go out and come back in? Maybe it's something in the way she connected.
Not sure. Let me see. It says I can unmute her. Now let's see. Anything? No? No? Aw.
It might be that she hasn't given permission for her camera or mic.
Oh, that might be.
It's
I don't
usually
know how
upper
that
left.
works.
It pops up.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
But hi, please stay dope.
I like
Hi.
that.
I'm
Tell us about
Gabby.
you.
I'm
Jackie?
Gabby. I am a Mexican transplant to Portland, Oregon. So it's a very different world. I was in Chicago before this. And I make actually cannabis candy bars here in Portland, but it's been completely homegrown, out of my kitchen kind of stuff. And I'm kind of just wanted to pop in and just see what everyone's talking about. Like it's my first event. So very nice meeting all.
Is it your first cannabis event?
Yeah, ever. Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, I've been
Well, clearly you're doing
there.
something right. If you
Yeah.
have a line, a brand already, then clearly
Yeah.
you're doing something right.
Yeah, I think so. I'm ready for the next step, though. I need to get out of my kitchen.
Into a bigger kitchen? Is that what it is? Out of your kitchen and into a bigger kitchen? Yes,
Exactly.
And you have to follow us on social. So
I
we
do
know
already.
who you are. Okay, cool.
So. I'll double check though.
Cool. And Anna, hi.
Hello.
Tell us a little bit about you. Tell us what you do.
Sure, thanks. I'm so happy to be here. So I recently founded a cannabis dispensary with my husband. We live in the state of Vermont where it became legal in 2018, but licenses are only going to be given out this year. So I'm working really, really hard to get a license, secure a building, work on my branding and social media, and hooking up with growers, cultivators, producers. So I'm busy.
Yes, you are. I was just up in Vermont. That was in New Hampshire, and then we went to Vermont. Does that sound right? That sounds right. And wow, very cool up there. I just love legal states. That's why I like what Ayana does, because I'm like, take me to all the legal states. Like, let's do a legal state tour. You know? Hi,
To do like a 420 bus tour, especially with the East Coast and how everything goes. Is not, like Midwest to West is way spaced out, but the East Coast on down to the South, it's on the plan. It's on the calendar.
All right now. I think Shannon walked away. But I am so glad.
She can totally do 4 states in one day. In the tri-state, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and PA.
Yep, and I can go a little further north, because I did hit Boston. Massachusetts was one. I could do a weekend, a week, like whatever. I'm gonna make it work.
And then from DC up, you can go literally from DC up.
That's cute.
That's what I love. And I'm in Maryland, so it's a hop, skip, and jump.
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool, very cool. Shannon, can we hear you now? You're muted right now. Oh, I saw you. You were talking. Unmute yourself again.
Oh.
It keeps muting you. Why does it keep muting you?
I don't know.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
All right, I'm not touching anything. Well, with my last name being Blaze my whole life, I,
Are
I,
you born Shannon Blaze?
yes, I've never been married.
People would pay for that name, girl.
I do. I keep teasing Blaze about how they sold my name and didn't ask me. So, I actually got into Tokeativity a few years ago when I was in Portland at Dean's Greens. I was a bud tender and brand ambassador and did all that. But currently, I'm in Las Vegas right now, and I actually want to make a stoner karaoke / lip sync battle place because I can't sing, but I know all the words. And instead of
It's a dream, Tanya. This is what we've been dreaming of.
Listen, between Izzy being here and now Shannon, we have a brand called Lifted Lip Sync.
Oh,
So yeah, we need to connect, Shannon.
yes, we do. So yeah, and I want to
what
use.
Kate and I do. That's what Kate and I do when no one's watching. Is we get stoned and do lip sync.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, and you know, for the residents out here, and not so
Oh,
much.
I want to come.
What?
Gia wants to come to the party, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm doing the building stones of that and putting the plan together, and yeah, it's I'm just throwing myself out there, and I'm networking right now. I'm learning from you ladies, which thank you so much.
Yes. Well, these are the exact events that you need to attend for people to know you, to connect with you. You'll see a lot of like minds, people like doing what you do, or like I would love to own a dispensary. I can do that. That's a big lift for me. But we know people that we could connect. I know people in that upstate. Well, I'm in the East Coast, so technically, yeah. So that's how we are able to connect with one another and share our resources and, like Gia says, really just support each other.
Awesome, because I grew up in Rochester, New York, and then lived in Portland. But yeah, I would love to connect with you.
Yeah, and I love Rochester. So we go up to Rochester.
I'm in Vegas now, though, totally different from Rochester.
Well,
but
what's smart, what I realize is the people here, like obviously New York just got legalization, but we're still early. I noticed that people, when they move one legal state, they don't move to a non-legal state. They move from one legal state to another legal state, which means you're all really smart. You know, really smart ladies.
But it's totally different here in cannabis compared to Oregon. I think we're really spoiled in Oregon and makes me miss it a lot, but also wants me to get more proactive in out here in Vegas for the cannabis community, because it's still catered to the tourist, and I think it should be catered to both.
We actually have some folks in Vegas. Shannon, if you send me a note, Tanya at womengrow.com, I'll connect you with some women out in Vegas that are part of our community that you would love to meet and connect with, and I'd love to introduce you to them.
Awesome, Tanya. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me speak, ladies. You guys are all awesome.
I was just going to say, Shannon, and you'll love their events. They are fun.
Good.
They are fun. I have been to 3 of them. They are fun. You would love them.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Connect with the Cannabis Council in Las Vegas. It's it's not even supposed to be a women's like council. It's just that women step up, right? And so no men have joined this council. And so a lot of what's happening in Vegas is based on the work that the Cannabis Council has done, and it's all led by women.
I
That's
didn't even know
awesome.
that. That's amazing.
I actually buy street because it's better and they're more decent. It's not street technically, they still go to California, but it's less expensive than the dispensaries here. The dispensaries are ridiculous. Like,
Well, if you're coming from Oregon, where they practically throw weed at people,
Yeah.
just like
Everyone
yeah,
has money at their house. Everyone's
it's
got a
like
plant.
it's ridiculous. Like we had a friend go out there. She was like, "We all need to move." What?
well, try having the last name Blaze. When I did door-to-door sales in my 20s, everybody was like, "You're come on in." Like I had some of the best experience. Like with a name like that, you can't be a cop. They said so. Yeah, it's.
Yes.
I wish I could get paid for the comments. I would be very wealthy right now. And
You gotta figure some way to capitalize on that name. You know.
yes, when a younger stripper and I got that though, unfortunately. I'm like, no. My dad, I'm from New York. My dad knows everybody. So yeah, no.
Wow. But yeah,
But anyways.
your business idea sounds fantastic. And we need a lot because I love
Thank
music.
you.
So anything that incorporates music and cannabis are two of my favorite things. So anything that involves the two of them, I am in 100%. So definitely.
All right.
If
You'll
anyone
be
else
hearing
wants
from
to
me,
pop
Tanya.
on and yes, please. Yes, I'd love to connect you with Rebecca and stuff. If anyone else is out there wants to pop on, I think there's a button to share your screen. If not, please definitely follow us. Our website is being judged at the moment. So follow us on social, ideally Instagram, or we're everywhere. Everything is Women Grow. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on LinkedIn for the more professional stuff, like more job leads that we get, and some of our partnerships we push through LinkedIn, but they're everywhere. We have a lot of great stuff coming up, especially for Black History and Women's History Month. And we also do a lot of similar to this, not in this encapsulated world, but we do a lot of digital events where we showcase women. So if you have a brand that you want us to showcase, um, definitely connect with us. Send me a note. And also in this year, this is the year of mentoring and medical patients and partnerships. So what a lot of our larger partners are really looking for is how to tap into this women-led community that they have that they might not be privy to. They might not know that Please Stay Dope makes candy bars and Shannon has an entertainment company for lip syncing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the name yet. And that Anna is going to be opening a dispensary, and that Izzy does website design and Kate does social media marketing. So it's great for us to know who you are so that we can build a database of women. So when one of our partners comes to us is like, how do we get more women in tech? Well, let me call Izzy because she's a computer science graduate from college, and maybe we can get some of her cohorts involved in learning how to be in Canatech. You know what I mean?
Can you tell them about the supply diversity program with one of our program partners?
Yes, sure, G. I'll certainly do that. So supplier diversity is something that we're really, really excited about in general, but we like more so that it's seen in cannabis, or it's becoming more readily for larger cannabis brands. What supplier diversity means is when you are looking for someone to fill a need at your company, that you will look for a diverse supplier, women, person of color, veterans, etc. So if let's say a dispensary is hosting an event, they'll make sure that they hit up a Shannon, or if they're looking for confectioners, they'll reach out to Please Stay Dope. Or if they're looking for someone to do some social media marketing, they'll find a Kate. or to do some stuff, or a new website for a new launching that they're doing. So basically, we want to have a list of people that we can say they do staffing, they do HR, they do HVAC, they do events, they have a cleaning company, whatever. So we don't just want to make the edibles are great, growers are great. We love them because we would have nothing without them. But we also want to, I do events. You know, my into Women Grow was the fact that I've hosted events since I was in my 20s. You know, I've also have a sales background. So when you needed to get sponsorship, I don't have an issue asking people for money. So you know, and I know some people don't like sales. I never had an issue with sales. So if I used the skills I had to get into the industry, a lot of times people want to like, well, I want to get into the industry. What should I be doing? What do you do now? Because there is a place for everything you do today in this cannabis business, especially as it develops and especially as it expands. There's going to be a lot of opportunities. So we want to know who you are so that we can, as we get opportunities, we want to share those opportunities, if that makes sense.
Oh, can I just elaborate on what Tanya just said? Because I wouldn't change a single thing. My whole talk on the main stage, women supporting women, that's the whole context of it. If we're able to connect with you all, because we know that, you know, maybe not everyone wants to work with a big C company, but there are some people who are looking for that opportunity to find to expand their product beyond, you know, their initial customer base. And so perhaps you're looking to get into some dispensaries, or perhaps you're looking to cross over and get your product in other states. Now, while you'll have to, you know, work with those partners in terms of distribution, but this is what that's about. And just as Tanya said, we sit down with many of these companies and they're asking for our recommendations. And I didn't get a chance to say this, but I'm sure you all have heard the term, you don't know who's mentioning your name in rooms you're not in, and the importance of that happening for you. And we've seen that happen time and time again. And, you know, that speaks volumes, because really that's the vibration, that's the energy that we want to send out there, right? Because once these companies see, oh my God, Women Grow's got this incredible network of women, or look how they partnered with Tokeativity. Those are the collaborations that we want to see. And so Tanya's spot on. I just wanted to say, you know, connecting with you and connecting with organizations like Tokeativity helps us all to lift as we're climbing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we definitely want to keep in touch. Hello, Amy.
Hi, Tanya. Hi, Gia. Hi, Kate. Hi, ladies.
Hello,
Hi.
hello. Please introduce yourselves. Share who you are. We know who you are, but introduce yourselves to the ladies that are on stage and watching.
Yes. Hi. So I have a e-commerce site selling CBD, but what I love about what I do and the company Calm Better Days is that we help coach and educate people who are new to plant medicine. So I walk them through the basics of how CBD works in your body, the different delivery methods, and how to find your dosage. And then take a look at their specific health conditions to recommend the best products for them. I don't make CBD products, but I source and research small farmed, women-owned, BIPOC-owned brands, because those are the brands I want to support. And yeah, so that's what I do, ladies. And I'm in New York, so I'm so happy to see some East Coasters.
Yes, yes. I love what Amy does, specifically because I come from coaching, and I know that a lot of folks want to know more, just like in general, like in business, you want to know more. And sometimes, like, I actually have a business coach. You know, sometimes when you want to learn something to collapse time frames, it is great to talk to a person. You know, like Gia does mentoring. sometimes to get your questions asked, you need to ask someone, so they will answer you. So having someone, especially like when you're dealing with like a parent who you might like, I wanted to help my mom understand cannabis from the perspective of using it as medicine. I had to put a cannabis doctor in front of my mother because she wouldn't hear me. So I think what Amy does is perfect, because we all know probably more than the average bird out here when it comes to cannabis. But not everybody who would benefit from the medicine understands it, and they may not hear it from you. Does that make sense? Like if I want to talk to somebody about cannabis, they just gonna be like, "You've been smoking for a long time. I ain't listening to you." But I put an Amy in front of them, and I think that is a good fit. So
My mom did the same thing to me. My mom literally did the same thing to me. The exact thing that I told her. She heard it from Kibra, who's a nurse, and then she heard it from June, who's a medical doctor, and then she heard it from a scientist. And she was like, "Gia, I'm going to take CBD." And I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me? I've been putting this on you for years." They tell you, and it's okay, but Tanya, tell them what else you do, which is so impressive. I love talking about what Tanya does, though. So tell them about the caregiver part.
Oh yes. So I'm a caregiver in New York State, which means that I don't know how it works in your state, so I'm just talking about New York. In New York, a medical patient can elect to have a caregiver. And in New York, you could have up to 4 patients that you provide care for, which means you can go to the dispensary for them, to pick up their medicine. If you want to help them manipulate their medicine so it's easier for them to take, because not everybody smokes. Some people as please stay dope, because I forgot your first name.
Gabby.
Gabby, she makes chocolates. Is it chocolate?
Yeah, chocolate bars, mainly confections. Yeah, when you guys check out my page, they're just a little crazy, but they're
Okay.
meant to be fun, and they're meant to feel like not scary, because I do have older clients and I have friends that never like messed around with weed before, which is what I started doing. But yeah, it makes it way easier to want to eat.
Exactly. Not everybody smokes. So sometimes people need to learn how to use their medicine. And it's really a big deal to be able to help someone understand plant medicine, and on the women grow side, understand how to transition into the industry. So it's just about getting the support that you need. And whether it be the patient side, and that's something that we're focusing on this year, in addition to what we always do, but we want to make sure that there's so much intersectionality in cannabis. As a woman in cannabis, you're a consumer, more than likely, not making the assumption. You're open to plant medicine. You're maybe a parent. I'm a parent of a 14-year-old son. That's an interesting conversation. I'm an entrepreneur. I still have a job. I'm support my family. So there's so much intersectionality. So we have to address the fact that some of our entrepreneurs are patients, and parents, and they have senior parents that they're taking care of. That lovely sandwich generation, it exists in cannabis too. So we just want to make sure that we cover everyone, so that no
We're
one
regular
feels
everyday
excluded.
people. We're regular everyday people. Like, we're working mothers.
Yes,
We're daughters
exactly.
looking after our parents. And Tanya, you said it. We just have some exciting stuff happening. So I'm so happy that I like pushed her to talk about it, because I can't wait for us to announce what we're doing next to really support medical programs and patients, because we all believe in plant-based medicine, but there's nothing worse than people who believe in it but have lack of access to it. due to affordability, you know, or not having the education to really share, not only to further educate themselves, but also their family members, right? And so Tanya being a caregiver is awesome because through her, I've learned how she's been able to administer medicine to some of the people that she cares for in the way that's more digestible for them, which think about how many healthcare professionals would love that information. Like all of you guys could be, are educators and doing it in fun ways. Like I loved what, wait, hold on. She just said, Abby?
Gabby.
Gabby. I was like, I knew I was close. But she said, like, yeah, it may be a little, you know, depends on who's looking at it, but comedians use jokes to educate us. They make us laugh, but generally we laugh because we can resonate with the joke, right? And so sometimes you don't want to swallow the hard pill of whatever the truth is or whatever the medicine is. So you give people that source in a way that they can digest it. And it could be a dildo shaped chocolate that someone's like, oh, this is fun, but meanwhile it's got all of their medicine in it. Or it could be, no, grandma's not going to smoke a joint, but why don't you give her some tea, because grandma drinks tea every night. Or like my mother, who thinks that every time I apply a topical on her skin that it's going to get into her bloodstream. And she's like, no, they're going to put me in jail. But I give her a thermal patch and she's like, oh, I love this thing. This is great. You know, I mean, and so you think about the different ways that we can educate people in a serious manner, but also in, you know, in a fun and more relatable manner. Now
Absolutely.
I'm hot, but you guys keep it going because they said we can have this room. So,
well, we probably have to end soon because I think we're supposed to end at like 10 after.
Right,
And
but
it's
they
10
said
after.
if they still wanted to talk, we can talk.
I mean,
That's what I was saying.
I gotta leave in like 5 minutes. But
Okay.
everyone here and everyone watching in TV land has my email, Tanya at Women Grow. I would love to connect with all of you, and so I can at least know who you are. And then I promise you, I've been referring people to someone for all of my life. So if someone says, "Oh, do you know anybody in Vermont?" I'll be like, "Oh, I met this girl. Wait. Now I'll know who Anna is." You know, so yes, absolutely. So please do keep.
I want to say bye. Tell them about Cannabis. All right, I gotta go. Bye. Love you guys. Tell them about Cannabis.
Bye.
I will. So thank you, Gia. So Cannabis was a brainchild when we were running New York. Kate down there handles the social media for the Cannabis, and so she would be our chief social media marketer, whatever the heck she is. She's the shit. So she does all of our, and she's an influencer. She works for BuzzFeed. She works for the Cannabis. She supports us at Women Grow. And so we have this online community. It's thecannadiva.com. And basically, we are like we just want to destigmatize the plant. We don't want, if you're not an entrepreneur, that's great. If you are, great. If you're a parent, great. If you're not a parent, great. We just want women to be okay with being who they are in this cannabis space. So we want to have a good time. We're like the fun people. We just want to hang out, have a good time. We do brunches, virtual brunches, where we just make our cocktails in our house and drink and smoke online. We do some educational stuff where we have people like Amy come in and do education. We go live on IG quite often. And now we're going to be pivoting to a digital community, actually where it's off, where we don't have to worry about Facebook censoring us or Instagram shutting us down. We're kind of taking it offline. And I'm excited to flesh that out as we do. We'll probably launch it for Women's History Month. But follow us at the Cannabis also. and just to go some funds there. We literally tell you who's doing what. Kate is perfect with sharing who's doing an event, who's doing a talk, who you should know. Like she just did a post a couple of days ago where she just spotlight all the influencers that influence. They have influencer parties together. All the cannabis influencers that we should know, we should know all of them so that you can support them. So if anyone, we'd love to have you over at the Canadiva. If you want to build your business and work in the industry, you head to Women Grow, and now Patience, because again, I think Gia kind of followed. I was in Gia's ear enough so that she would know that Patience are what got me here. I've been a consumer forever, but my uncle had cancer. He was a Vietnam veteran and with horrible PTSD. And I watched how cannabis not only soothed him from his PTSD, but helped him live a great life with cancer. And when you're a consumer in your teens, you don't really think about stuff like that. And I just watched my uncle thrive with his cannabis use, even though he did go through the traditional medicine. Like when he did pass, the doctor was still in awe that he looked so good, that he was fat and rested through all of his cancer treatments. And honestly, he had cancer for 20 years. Who the hell does that? You know what I mean? So, and that's really what stuck me here, because it really made me feel that cannabis was medicine. And yes, I love to hang out. And, I'm like an eternal party girl, even though I'm in my 50s. I'm like party until I fall down. I really understood that cannabis is medicine. And even though my consumption tends to be more adult use, I use it to sleep. I use it to relax. I use it to take to just take the edge off. So we all use cannabis in some way, shape, or form medicinally. And I just wanted to make sure that I support patients as in any way that I possibly can. So this year is the year of the patient for Women Grow, because most of our entrepreneurs became entrepreneurs in cannabis because they saw how cannabis affected someone medicinally, and they decided to build a business around it. So, hey, Francesca, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hi.
Glad you joined us. Please tell us a little bit about you before we get out of here.
Sure. I am the president of the Sales Joint. We are a cannabis sales support agency. So we help connect cultivators with dispensary opportunities to do retail sales. We also do some private sales and some coaching and consulting to make sure that craft cannabis can be its best ally instead of its own worst enemy in the corporate weed crush.
I love that. What state are you in?
So I'm located in Delaware, but we operate in Oklahoma, Washington State, and then the consulting and coaching is national.
Very cool in Delaware. I used to visit Delaware.
Did you? Nobody.
I did. I had an ex-boyfriend who moved to Delaware. I'm like, I could get that run in 2 hours. From New York, from the Bronx to Delaware in 2 hours.
It's Delaware, so I probably know him or know somebody that knows him.
Delaware is like this big.
Yeah.
So probably did. Very cool. And am I guessing that you're gonna try and do some stuff in New York once New York is so
Jersey and New York. We're hoping so. So yeah, we're gonna
definitely keep in touch with me, please.
Yeah.
My email's in there, Tanya at Women Grow. Because like we were saying earlier, we want to really be able to point to entrepreneurs and leaders in this space when our partners are like, who should we know?
Perfect.
And I
We've
can be
been
like,
doing it for 6 years. So yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, ladies, I am going to wrap it up because I have a teenager who, if I don't get off here, he's just going to be running rampant through the house. So like, sleep what? Thank you so much for everything. This has been so much fun. I enjoyed meeting each and every one of you. Please definitely follow me. Yes, Kate, are you writing down people's handles? Because I can't. Oh, I like that name. Tay. That's very cute. Indica Wellness. Love it. Thank you so much for everything. Have a great week. Send me an email. Follow us on Women Grow. Follow us on the Cannadiva. And we wish you the best out here.
Thank you.
Thank
Super
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.